What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Loudness. Yes, indeed, how about that? Loudness making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Brett Parks, and this is actually one of Brett's prioritized requests for the month of April for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Brett. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Brett wanted to see me react to this song by Loudness called Soldier of Fortune. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hang on, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Taoyu Tomoyami. Sure, why not? And the video has 1.9 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Loudness, Soldier of Fortune. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
とってもリクエストの多かった曲を次いきます。いいですか、一緒に歌いますか。マーク・フェセロさんの名曲でございます。Soldier of Fortune。
I'm so confused about one thing. And it's not even a big deal, but I'm really curious as to why it's happening. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The song itself, it's fun. It's a fun tune. Oh, I think that's F sharp.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yeah, they probably tuned down about half a step. That's okay. That's not a problem. You're getting that G. It's a G note. I mean, it is a G, but I'll bet you anything they tuned down so they can get that G on that F sharp. So yeah, you just basically going G to the F, G, well, F sharp. It's playing, the note being played is a G, but I'll bet you anything he's fingered on the second fret to the 6th. So G to the D sharp, right? Yeah, it would be the D sharp. Transitioning back down again. It's not hard. It's not difficult at all. It's a pretty easy riff to work with, but it sounds good. And I think part of the reason why is that the key signature selection. F sharp. I've always liked F sharp. F sharp's like my 3rd favorite key. Not my 4th favorite key. I think E is probably my 3rd. F sharp's always very aggressive sounding. It's always, I don't know about angry. I mean, there's definitely it definitely has the potential to be an angry key, but I would say more aggressive key. It definitely has that aggressive factor to it, and it fits perfectly. It ties in perfectly with the feel of this song. So good key selection. It's got a nice groove, nice feel, nice energy. Everybody's doing a fine job with their instruments. Drummer's got some nice fills. He's established a nice groove. Guitar doing a great job as well, filling out the sound. Bass doing a great job holding down the low end. I can always appreciate that, being a bass player myself. Vocals sound really nice. The vocals sound good. I'm just really curious. I know this is the wrong style of mic. This isn't the typical mic style that they use for vocals, but I'm just going to use this as an example. Now, normally when vocalists sing, they sing here, right? So your mouth is pointed at the microphone or a little under, I am not kidding you. He's got the mic touching his bottom lip up here like this. Now, what does this do for your vocals? Honestly, I have no idea unless he's singing through his nose, but I don't get this. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it sounds fine. It does sound fine, but it really kind of makes you wonder why. I don't get that. I would love to talk to the guy and ask him, why, when you sing, why are you putting your mic on your upper lip, under your nose? Because you're going to lose a lot of your attack, and you're going to lose a lot of your hard consonant sound. Okay, maybe that's why. Maybe he doesn't want the hard consonant sound. Maybe he doesn't want the T's and the C's and the S's to hiss. Maybe that's why he's doing it.
Maybe.
That's a possibility. That's a very strong possibility. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why. I'd still like to talk to the guy and ask him, and just to verify my suspicions. So, anyway, let's keep going here. Yeah, he's playing the open. Yeah, they're definitely decent. Tapping. It's not easy to do. That's pretty tricky. Oh, it's actually picking good. speed was impressive. I will absolutely give him that. The speed on that last one was impressive. So, okay. Not sure how this is going to go, honestly. There's a couple directions we could go with this. I need to think about it. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Loudness with Soldier of Fortune. This was a request from Brett Parks, and this was actually one of Brett's prioritized requests for the month of April for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Brett. Hope you enjoyed the show. Let's just get to it. Let's just get right to it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.8. Yep, 6.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first. What does that 6.8 mean? Well, a 6.8 would translate to a pretty good scale rating. It would also equate out to 3 out of 5 stars, and it would equate out to a B letter grade. So there you go, a 6.8, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come to that score? So glad you asked. I'm sure there are people right now who are going, that wasn't at all the score I was expecting from him. I thought it was going to be a little bit higher. Remember, guys, I'm getting tougher on the scores now. Everybody starts at a 5, okay? Now, I want you to think about this. Starting at a 5, it went up to a 6.8, okay? I'm sure that's going to lessen the sting of quite a bit for a number of people. Number 2, the song as a whole, it's a pretty good song. It is. I wouldn't say the song itself. The song as a whole, I would not say was impressive. There were some impressive things happening in the song, in particular the guitar soloing, but that was pretty much it. Everything else was just pretty good, you know? And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. The drumming, solid. No issue with it whatsoever. Has some nice fill work. I couldn't help but notice that most of his fills were based around skin work, which I always appreciated. I'm not the biggest fan of heavy cymbal work. I've always found it to be very hollow. Cymbals are always kind of there for flash, you know. And when that's all you're doing is cymbal, well, okay, that's great. It's flash, but there's really no substance behind it. There's no sustenance being given out. I've always found that to be coming from the skin work, and this guy really understands that. Second thing, the bass playing. Solid. Again, solid. Really good. I got no issue with it whatsoever. It sounded nice. He had some movement and motion around when needed, but for the most part, he stayed on the root notes. No problem at all, keeping that bottom end nice and full. Vocally, I'm still really confused about the mic placement, man. He had that mic seriously glued to his upper lip, and I don't understand why. I have a theory, and that's so he could avoid the hard consonants. He could avoid the C's and the T's and the K's and the... What else would be a hard consonant? S's, I mean, you get a hiss from the S. P's, you definitely avoid the P's. Q's, I don't know if you're really going to hit any Q's. Z's, I don't know if there's any Z's in there. B really isn't a hard consonant. Neither. Well, D sort of can be. Depends on how hard you're projecting. So maybe it was to avoid the hard consonant sounds and getting the pops and getting the hisses. Maybe that's why he was doing it. It's possible. That's just a theory. I'd love to talk to the guy and ask him, hey, listen, got a question for you. Not a criticism. I'm just curious. Why do you have the mic literally glued to your upper lip so your nose is breathing into the mic? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. But as far as what he was singing, notationally, it sounded like he was hitting the notes accurately. He stayed in that one register the whole time. He never left that octave. He never went up or down an octave. He stayed right there the whole time. I don't want to say one trick pony, but it did get, if I'm being honest, it did get a little monotonous having it be in that singular register the entire time, but it sounded good, so it's not a knock. I'm wondering why he could, because he had opportunities. He could have gone higher and he could have gone lower. I'm kind of curious as to know why he didn't, but it still sounded good. The guitar playing, if I'm being honest, probably the most impressive part about the song. The soloing in particular. Doing those the 4-finger tapping, not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not hard. I mean, not hard. It's not easy. It's pretty tricky. Once you get the pattern established and once you've programmed your fingers to do that, it's not that hard. But practicing and getting your fingers to go practically on autopilot, that's not easy. That takes time. A lot of time and a lot of patience. So good on him. It wasn't sweet picking. It was just he just had some nice melodic lines, very rapidly done. It wasn't sweep picking. It was all, movement within the melodic line and just moving around and moving it around and moving it around, but all on like the one string or on 2 strings. But he never swept across 4 strings or 5 or 6. So usually all 6. Or it depends. If you're doing just a 4-note arpeggiation, then you're just going to use 4, but it's okay. No, overall, it's a pretty good job. It's a pretty good song. Like I said, there were some impressive things happening within the song. Honestly, all coming from the guitar player. But that doesn't mean that the song was bad. I thought the song was pretty good. It was easy to follow, easy to get along with, easy to enjoy. Had a good amount of drive, good amount of energy. A little hair metal-ish, if I'm being honest, but that's not a bad thing. I mean, it depends on your point of view. There are people like myself who are really not fans of hair metal. And am I ever going to say that I'm going to listen to this again? If I'm being honest with you folks, probably not. It's just not really my style. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's pretty good, which is why I'm giving it the pretty good score, a high pretty good score of 6.8. So let's wrap things up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? 6.8, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.